I'm Anne, and welcome to the last day of the 12 Days of Christmas. So today is the Epiphany Day, which means it is the end of the 12 Days of Christmas, which is a relief for me because that means that I will not be having to post. Would you stop that? Post every single day for 12 days. It's definitely been a challenge to record and edit and post every single day. But I've also found it to be a lot of fun. I will probably never do this again where I post 12 days in a row because it was way too much. But it was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of videos I wanted to post near the end of the year or at the beginning that I didn't want to move later on because I know Around the World in 80 Days readathon will be starting soon. So I didn't want to cut into the time of that doing the random videos that I did. I also did more book reviews than I have in a while. So it was nice to do. I think I did 3 total book reviews in the 12 Days of Christmas. So unlike the rest of the videos I did for the 12 Days of Christmas where I had a plan going into them, today's going to be more of a chatty video on my plans for the future, discussions about my YouTube channel and reading, and just a casual video in general where I talk about some of the stuff I'm thinking currently right now. So I mentioned in my last video that I got a new microphone. Ooh, here it is if you missed it. And honestly, oh wait, that's a view. I didn't get the mic for my YouTube channel. I probably will be using it for my YouTube channel just because I have it, and it's a good, first very nice microphone. The microphone I was using before was actually just this one, which I got for, I think, $20 off of Amazon. It was a very cheap microphone, but, I loved it. And I loved the quality of how it, really upped my quality of sound and how it eliminated a lot of the extra sounds that were going on in, my mother's house and now my apartment. So I love this microphone, okay? But the reality is that it is a very, simple microphone, and it's not that high quality. So the main reason I got this microphone is I talked about in my last book tag that I did, my New Year's book tag, how my husband and I are really starting to save money to buy a house next year. And so I've been looking into different ways to bring in more money. And so we have a really good base income that pays all our bills and has a little bit left over for us to save for the house. So any money I make over what we're already making is basically stuff that can go straight into our savings to pay down payment on a house. So I've been thinking of different ways that I could bring in just a little bit extra more money every single month. And one of the ways I was thinking about is Rover. It's basically this app that you get on your phone that you can go through to take care of animals, dogs, cats, other pets, and you basically go through the app. So at first I was thinking of doing that. And then I learned of something that I think I would love to do even more. So I want a career that I can work around having a family. And so once I have a child, I will be quitting my job at the bookstore, which will make me very sad because I love my job at the bookstore so much. But once I have a baby around, I can't exactly go to a bookstore and work there. So I've been looking at different jobs and careers that I would be interested in having, and nothing really spoke to me because I want to work from home. I want to work on my own hours. And so I have discovered recently ACX, which is basically an affiliate of, or perhaps owned by Amazon and Audible, where if you are an author and you want to get your book on audiobook, you can go there and pay someone to be an audiobook narrator, or you can be an audiobook narrator and go on there to find people who are looking to have their book read. So I've been thinking for a while about audiobook narration. So audiobook narration is something that I've always been interested in. Even when I was a young kid, I remember recording myself reading kids books, and they were awful recordings. I'm so glad I didn't keep them because they were terrible. But I feel like there are so many elements to audiobook narration that I would love. I'm the type of person who loves putting on voices when it comes to reading a book. And I assign certain types of voices to certain types of characters. I also feel like a lot of the abilities that I have been learning through YouTube actually would lend themselves more to being an audiobook narrator. So, whether it is like editing videos, editing audio is very similar to editing videos. It's just you don't have that extra amount of like video, you just have the sound. I also love books. Clearly, I have a complete YouTube channel that's about reading books. So it makes sense in a lot of ways to try to explore this career. And who knows, this career could completely bomb and not work at all. But I have been soundproofing actually a closet that is like right over here. You can't see it. And so I've soundproofed the closet. I've got the microphone. I got some audio software to download. I'm doing a lot of research. I'm doing a lot of like sample reading of different books to try to get myself used to reading out loud, because even though I have read out loud casually, it hasn't been in like a professional setting. So I've been doing a lot of research on becoming an audiobook narrator. And even if I do just 1 to 2 audiobooks a month, I'll probably be making more than my job at the bookstore. So it's a career that more down the line I want to work on more and do it seriously. And I think it's like kind of the ideal type job for me, because I want something that I can work from home, and I don't really care if I bring in that much money because we already have my husband's income. So I just want to make a little bit extra money to go into the savings for our house. So that's one thing that I've been concentrating on for the last few weeks. I've been planning and thinking about it and talking to a lot of people about like their thoughts about it. And so that's something that will possibly change my YouTube channel a little bit. Any book that I read for an audiobook narration, I will probably mention as having read on my reading wrap-ups, but I will not be reviewing them because I feel like that is definitely a conflict of interest, because, you know, you're reading and getting paid to read this book. Like, why would you give it a bad review type thing? So I won't be like reviewing them, but if I do read a book that is associated with doing the audiobook for, I will probably mention it in my reading wrap-ups. And things shouldn't change that much, but I may have to like pull back a little bit on my reading. Right now, I have been just vivacious this month when it comes to reading. I have already finished 5 books this month. Now, one was a DNF, so I guess technically 4 books I totally finished. But we are only like 6 days into January, so it's crazy to think that I've finished already technically 5 books. And 2 of those were from my physical TBR, and then another one was like the last book of The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, which was like 700 pages. So I just whizzed through that. And same thing with like the book that I reviewed yesterday, which is The Witch of Blackbird Pond. I whizzed through that, and The Wrinkle in Time. I am almost done with a couple more, in fact, and I'm just started the Aeneid by Virgil the other day, and I'm going through the Clan of the Cave Bear. So it's a lot. I'm reading a lot right now, and so there's a lot of plans in the future that I have. But it's definitely, I'm excited to get into a new, in a sense, career, a new ambitious goal that I have, and I've been wanting to talk about it on my channel, but I have been not wanting to until I was sure that I knew this was what I really wanted to do. So I have to experiment a lot. There's some videos that recommended that you go through a LibriVox, which is like a free open domain where you can volunteer your time to read like audiobooks that are in the or books that are in the public domain and turn them into audiobooks. So I may do that just to get used to a little bit in the process, or I may pick out like some very easy like nonfiction type books off of ACX. So I can get used to like the audiobook narration format. And I've been doing so many like test sound checks and things like that with my new microphone. So it's a lot to learn. But I won't be talking about it that much on my channel, I assume. If you guys are curious about following me on in the journey. Maybe I'll make a video or two about it in the future, but it's definitely something that I have to learn a lot from. And if you know anything about audiobook narration, or there's like a YouTuber you watch that is really into narration or something like that, let me know down in the comments. I feel like this video is a mess, but as for the 12 days of Christmas, it's finally over. It's the Epiphany Friday, I guess. So it is the end of the Christmas season officially today, which is crazy to think about. I will miss Christmas, but I'm actually taking down all my decorations today. Not all my decorations. I actually decided to leave up these lights and this tree because I feel like they are equally for Christmas as well as like any winter season. They just have like a very cozy wintry feel to them. So I'm going to leave them up, but like my Christmas tree and all my other Christmas decorations I'm taking down, which I will probably miss them. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to go on many adventures with you in the future. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Bye, Loki. Say bye. Say bye. He's just like so not interested. He's like, pet me. Pet me, mama. Pet me.